Guys, welcome back. My name is Kendra. In today's video we're talking about nothing but the best things to do while visiting Aruba. If you've been to Aruba before, then please be sure to leave a comment letting others know what your favorite activity was that you did in Aruba. I'm going to give you my personal favorite, or if you're heading to Aruba, leave a comment below and I will personally give you some recommendations if you're looking for something specific that you don't find in this video. Per usual, I'll put some footage on the screen for you to enjoy to get a little sneak peek into what you have to look forward to. And of course, you can find links in the description to everything that I'm talking about specifically. Okay, so first on the list is taking a tour with Delphi Water Sports to do a boat tour. There are honestly so many different options, but I can tell you from the reviews and from my personal experience that Delphi Water Sports offers an amazing boating experience. You can do sunrise, sunset, midday. It's absolutely amazing. You just meet them at their little kiosk and they take you on a small boat out to the ocean on a bigger boat. They have unlimited drinks if you are with your friends and you're drinking on this experience. It's not really like a party, so even if you are looking for a family-friendly experience, you can get that too. On this boating experience, they also take you out to the sunken ship in the middle of the ocean and they give you snorkeling equipment so you can see all the fish, you can see the boat under the water. Don't worry, even if you're not the best swimmer, they have life vests for you to wear so that you can go into the water and see the ship under the water, which is actually so cool. They're going to take you to a couple of different spots to explore on this boating tour, so definitely check out the link in the description to check out the pricing and information on booking with Delphi Water Sports to go on their boating experience. Number 2 is both family friendly, friend friendly, and solo traveler friendly, and this is the ostrich farm. I kind of like forced the people that I was with to go to the ostrich farm because I thought it was going to be so cool, and I was absolutely correct, and everyone ended up having a fun time, even though the people that I was with, who I actually just happened to meet while on the island, were not super into it. Once we got there, they realized it was actually a really cool vibe. So here's a little bit of footage from that experience. It was really cool to walk around and see the ostriches and the other animals that they have on site, and while you cannot pet them, they will give you the opportunity to feed them. And of course the ostriches are just like going at the food, so it's a really unbelievable, like maybe once in a lifetime experience to be able to feed ostriches while in Aruba. Number 3 on the list is the Aruba Aloe farm. This is a hugely popular thing to do in Aruba, especially because it is 100% free. You can just arrive and then you can shop after the tour if you'd like to. When you arrive, the tour starts outdoors and they let you touch the aloe. They show you where they grow the aloe. Then you go inside for the factory tour. They walk you around and show you different things related to producing aloe. Afterwards, you can simply shop around the store if you'd like. It's a really short tour, but it's also really fun. Next on the list is going to be the drunk bus. Now, depending on what sort of experience you're looking for, you might be into this, you might not. I read some reviews and then ultimately decided it wasn't for me, mostly because I was in Aruba by myself and happened to meet people along the way. And although I don't mind doing things by myself, I travel the world by myself, probably not going to get on a drunk bus by myself. So if you are interested in doing a drunk bus experience, the one that I read the best reviews about, the one that I saw constantly going up and down past Eagle Beach where people look like they were having an amazing time, is linked in the description. Next on the list is beaches, places that you can hang out on the beach with your towel or with a chair and with your family or your friends or your partner or whoever you're with, and just enjoying the beautiful blue, warm Arubian water. My favorite beach was, I believe, Arashi Beach, or the beach at the very north where the lighthouse is. You can ride the bus up there or you can just drive your car and park in the parking lot. But I made a little list of the different vibes at the different beaches that I would personally recommend. Number 1 is what I believe is the Arashi Beach, or the northmost beach. Number 2 is the Eagle Beach, which is a very popular beach. It's very quiet in the evening time. It's also in an area that has a lot of older people. It's a very like chill vibe. So if you're not looking for people like drinking heavily or partying or, you know, whatever, like Eagle Beach is definitely going to be your vibe. Palm Beach has more of the sports bars and beach clubs and things like that if you want to be near a lot of tourists. Or Baby Beach, which is obviously as far south as you can go. It is a drive from either Palm Beach, Arashi Beach, or Eagle Beach, but it is a beautiful beach with very clear water where the height of the water is very low, which is obviously why they call it Baby Beach. There is a restaurant and bar there. I think there's actually 2 of them. And there are also some places there kind of in the rocky area where you can be by yourself if you don't want to be around a lot of tourists. All right, next on the list is the national park. I believe, don't drag me for this, Aruba National Park. I tried to get there in the rental vehicle that I was taking, but to be honest, we actually were like weighing the vehicle down because I kept meeting people while I was in Aruba, and we actually just bottomed out the car and we couldn't get there that way. So the best way to get there is to go on one of the pink bus tours, or actually just take a 4-wheel drive vehicle. And if you're not sure about renting a vehicle in Aruba, then make sure that you watch my rental vehicle or getting around Aruba video, which will be linked above for you to check out that and make that decision for your trip. But if you are not renting a vehicle, just take one of the pink bus tours. There's a link in the description to book one. If you like the energy of being around people and seeing people jet skiing and paddle boarding and doing all sort of water sports things, the one where they put their feet in the thing and they like hover up in the air, then that's all going to be at Palm Beach. I will say, obviously, because these activities put off a little bit of pollutants, that the water there is a little bit different. It's a little like murky and a little oily because you have so many boats just like lined up to take people to do different sport activities or boat tours. That's also where you get the Delphi water sports experience there. But you can go there and you can do a lot of different water sport activities. Again, linked in the description below for anything that you want to try. Of course, you can go snorkeling or scuba diving. You can get that equipment pretty much anywhere on the side of the road at one of the little stands, or you can just buy it at the store. You can go to the Aruba Superfood store, which is one of my favorite stores in Aruba, to buy some snorkeling gear. Really, there's no reason for you to bring snorkeling gear with you because it's going to cost the same amount if you don't already own it, and you're going to find it everywhere you go. Next on the list is going to be shopping downtown in, don't drag me if I say this wrong, but Oranjestad, right? That's the capital of Aruba, and it is right downtown in the heart. The architecture is absolutely beautiful. You can do some fun walking tours. You can get on a little trolley and you can ride around and have someone talk at a microphone at you right outside the Welcome Center. So there are a plethora of different things that you can do there if you want to explore the downtown area. I will say, full disclosure, there's kind of like a point where you kind of get into more of the local area, and that's where you'll see quite a bit more wild dogs. That's where you're going to see some of the unhoused community. Personally, for me, that was not a problem. I am more than happy to get to know the locals and to even offer them assistance if they want it. But if you're uncomfortable being around wild dogs, or being around an unhoused community or impoverished communities, then downtown might not be your vibe. For the most part, it's completely safe, but if you walk 1 or 2 blocks in the wrong direction, you can find yourself in an area that you might be uncomfortable with, depending on your taste. Next would be going to the bars and clubs. Again, that wasn't the type of experience that I was having, but I've linked some options below that you might want to consider in a 3-day itinerary of things to do in Aruba. But Gusto nightclub, the Sopranos piano bar, South Beach Aruba were all options that I saw that had really great reviews and were highly recommended by locals. I did not do this, but it sounds like a great time, and it's going to be on my list for the next experience. But kayaking through the mangroves is really calm, really scenic, and it's really great for nature lovers, which I am. So the next time I go to Aruba, I will be doing that. If you have been kayaking through the mangroves in Aruba, please let me know what was your experience like. I would love to hear more about that from you. Last but not least, it would not be a list of things to do in Aruba if I didn't mention going to go see the pink flamingos. You can take a tour of the Renaissance Wild Creek Aruba Resort, where the flamingos are roaming free on the adults only side of the island. And you have to go through a process in order to do that. Like, you go online, try to do it in advance. You can't just be like, oh, I think I'll go see some flamingos today, because it's actually a process to do that. You can find more in the description below about how that's done, but essentially you do have to get tickets in advance. You have to pay for them in advance, and then you have to set it up to where you go to the Renaissance hotel, and it's just kind of a whole thing. So I don't want you to get your hopes up thinking that you're gonna like randomly decide to go see flamingos. You have to just go through the proper process to Before I continue with recommendations on the best things to do while visiting Aruba, the must-try things of Aruba, I want to go ahead and add that the next place that I'm going to do a full review of, things to do, driving, hotels, places to stay, etc., is going to be Santo Domingo. So if you're interested in video footage about going to Dominican Republic, then be sure to subscribe if you feel called to it, and be sure to keep a heads up for when I start posting that content in the next week. Something else I might recommend if you're not going to be in Aruba for very long, maybe you're only in Aruba for 3 or 4 days, is one of the all-day tours. Now, personally, I had a full week plus in Aruba, and I also had a car for some of the time, so I just kind of wandered around by myself. But at one of the coffee shops I went to, I think it was Santos Coffee, which is an amazing coffee shop, I met some girls there who had just gotten off one of the all-day Aruba Jeep tours, ATV tours, and they looked like they were exhausted, but they did see a lot of Aruba. So if you don't have a car, you're only in Aruba for a little bit of time, and it's you and your friends, just go on one of the ATV or pink Jeep tours, because you will see a lot of Aruba in a very little time, but you will also be very exhausted by the end of that day. So make sure that you plan a beach trip to recover the next day. Next to the Delphi water sports experience, I would have to say that the donkey farm was the one I was most excited about, and it did not disappoint. There were so many donkeys on the farm. It is a free experience, so it is great for families, and it is also great for kids. But if you're with your friends or with your partner, this is a great place to go and hang. Personally, I feel like the donkey farm is a cannot miss experience. I know it doesn't sound very cool, guys, but it really is such a fun experience to walk right onto the farm. You can go with your family because it is 100% free. Of course, if you have the opportunity, please donate to the donkey sanctuary. Also follow them on social media. They post really cute pictures of the donkeys there, but you can feed them. You can hang out at the gift shop. I think they also have a coffee shop maybe. You can sit down in the comfy chairs and look at the ostriches and all the other animals and cats on site. And it's just a really cool place to be immersed in the local culture. Alright guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video about all things Aruba. If you want to find the rest of the content about visiting Aruba, feel free to check that out in the description below. Hope you found this video helpful. Before you go, make sure that you subscribe if you feel called to it. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.